Welcome to a special video. I'm recording in my office. You can see here with my backdrop. And these are special times, obviously. Businesses everywhere are impacted by the coronavirus COVID-19 crisis. I've worked over the many years with thousands of businesses, many of them small businesses. These are very challenging times for a lot of businesses, but I am inspired by the way that many of my small business clients and friends have been adapting rapidly within the last couple of weeks to implement new ways of service and new tools. And I wanted to share some examples that might inspire you if you're confronting the challenges for your business and thinking about how to adapt. So, for example, a small business that I know and love very well is my wife's restaurant called Lazy Mike's Delicatessen here in Falls Church, Virginia. They, as with restaurants all over the country, have had to adapt with protocols to go to takeout only, to limit the number of customers coming in the restaurant, to clean at extensive intervals, to place signs and markings around to ensure that people are distancing themselves. That's an easy example that you've probably seen yourself if you've been past or picked up takeout at a restaurant. And I would encourage you to support your local restaurants that are so valuable to the community, and really any way that you can support them, but especially by ordering takeout so they can continue to operate and pay their employees is really, really meaningful. A client and friend of mine, Tori, is a real estate agent. And she was telling me when we checked in with each other about how her showings have essentially gone from big catered in-person affairs where people would just walk up, pass through, drive up. Of course, we've all been in real estate showings. Now they're almost exclusively done virtually and sometimes by appointment so that they can space them out in time and clean, and they're using new virtual tools to give virtual walkthroughs and video tours of the property. So real estate deals are still going forward. I've seen numerous transactions on both ends, and the real estate agents, are adapting along with the buyers and sellers. My gym and trainer and client, Kayvon at Functional Fitness VA, big shout out to them. It's really important in these times to keep your energy, keep your fitness, to keep some sort of exercise routine. And Functional Fitness VA has transitioned to offering classes online. They had to figure this out within a matter of days. They had never done online classes, to my knowledge, before. And not only are they now hosting live classes online via Zoom, but they're also posting videos daily with short workout tips that anybody can implement and that don't require any fancy or sophisticated or heavy kind of gym equipment. So check that out if you're interested in exercise routines. A client of mine is a professional comedian. Her big show that was in production and planning is called Social Media Meltdowns. Trademark pending, that's been filed. Okay. Comedy, of course, is traditionally done in a club with an audience, with that live laughter and reaction. Comedians are having to adapt, just like musicians and other entertainers and performers. So Social Media Meltdowns, now a YouTube video production, quickly adapted, getting views, still very funny. I encourage you to check it out. Lawyerist is a community of online attorneys. They had a conference scheduled in person for a few weeks ago, right as this pandemic began to hit and shut things down. They pivoted very quickly and in a matter of days went from canceling travel and arrangements for the conference to moving the conference online and providing new timely topics and content delivered online. And they did a great job. On Your Mark, that's MARQ, is a running enthusiast apparel and brand client, small business. And They did a great thing. They're having a virtual fundraiser to, run on your treadmill or in your neighborhood, run a 5K and help raise funds for important charities and causes to help fight COVID-19 and the coronavirus. So a great way to pivot, bring their community and fans together and make a virtual event, given the limitations of what everybody's facing. Musician clients of mine, the Grandsons, I've seen that some of their members have been giving concerts online, free things. Chad Barr, who's helping me video and record this, is doing something similar with his community online. So again, adapting, finding that, let's, instead of thinking about them as limitations that we can't, go out and do things the way we used to. Yes, there are challenges, but there's also opportunities to be creative, to create new content, new ways of delivering. Okay. Hopefully someday we're going to revert to the old ways and then we'll have the new ways on top of it. So, I think that that's a silver lining in the long term for this. And another client of mine, shout out in Washington, D.C., is called Masseria, is a restaurant, a Michelin star restaurant. And they've been doing takeout delivered. And believe it or not, the chef, who is a world-renowned chef, earned a Michelin star, has been delivering takeout himself. So that's an incredible adaptation, again, brought about by unusual, challenging circumstances, but seeing the way that these small businesses are adapting and not only, trying to provide for their business, for their employees, for their clients and customers, and make the best out of what's going on, but also providing for other people, providing for their clients and customers. I think that's the really important part. And I encourage you to think creatively about how can you adapt your business in these times to provide for your clients and your customers. If you have any questions about this, I'm more than open to talk about it. Like I said, I'm an expert on trademarks. I'm not an expert on these things, but I've been inspired by watching what all of my clients are doing. And I've got a lot of examples that I can share with you, and we can just have a conversation, make connections, see how your business can find ways to adapt and thrive in these challenging times.